We have a downvote.
Hey, we have a downvote.
Yep.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV live. We have a
pissing off people since
we
last
have a
year.
downvote. We have a downvote already.
That's
we haven't even
fine.
started the stream and we've got a downvote.
Typical.
Anyway,
hello.
That's so typical. So hello to those of you who are watching. We don't really have a whole lot of people on yet, so
That's okay. You all matter.
So anyway, we were gone. We were gone. Yeah, hello. We were gone for, God, it was supposed to be, what, 3 days? No, maybe almost 5 days?
We were gone because we were supposed to go and come back on a Sunday. But because of the weird blizzard that happened in Chicago, we didn't get to come back until Monday. And that was a trip.
Yeah, so we went to Star Wars Celebration. If you guys caught our live streams, we were doing some live streaming from Star Wars Celebration in Chicago.
Hello, everybody.
Geeky was very sick.
I'm trying.
Hello.
I'm trying. The doctor says it should be okay. So I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying, guys. I think it's allergies and they're just like killing me. So, you know.
Yeah, it's like allergies that led to like an infection or something.
I'm okay. I'll live. They said I'll live. It's all good.
Okay, well, I'm glad. I want you to live.
So anyway, I'm gonna tell you real quick about the flight.
Oh my God.
Coming back home real quick, and then we'll go talk about other things. Well,
we didn't fly the friendly skies.
Yeah, so they delayed our flight to the next day, and we got to the airport, and we got to the gate, and we're like, okay, cool, no problem. And the pilot wasn't there, and neither was the flight crew. So, okay, half an hour later, they show up and we start going, which would not be a problem normally, except our connecting flight, instead of going direct to Pittsburgh like we usually do, we had to go to DC first and then go to Pittsburgh, and they only allotted 40 minutes for the connection. So we're already half an hour late. Then we get on the runway and they're like, oh, guess what? There's a line take off, so we're going to be waiting here for another half an hour. It's like, okay, they'll make up some time in the air, whatever. So we get to the airport, we're almost to the airport, we're getting ready to land. Someone starts dinging the button in the back, the call button. And the flight attendant, which they were not very nice, I must say.
No, they
She
weren't.
was like, we're seated. Unless it's in a medical emergency, push it again. And they pushed it again. So they announced that we're not allowed to get off the plane because there's an ambulance and a police escort coming in to take this person off the plane. I know. Which I don't want anything to happen to them, so I hope they're okay. But Kneon just asked a simple question. He was like, okay, at this point we had like 10 minutes to our flight.
Yeah, it's clear we're going to gate 5 and the flight's at like gate 30.
Yeah, so he just asked the flight attendant nicely. He's like, excuse me. He's like, we're supposed to have a connecting flight, and he was going to ask her what we're supposed to do. Before he could even finish his comment, she's like, well, I'm sorry, sir, but medical emergencies come first.
Oh my God, she was so mean. She was so mean.
Of course they come first. I understand that. I was just asking, like, could you call ahead and tell them we're coming or something, you know?
Yeah.
So we finally then they finally announced anybody with a connecting flight can get off the plane. So half the plane gets off. We go clear to the other end of the airport.
I don't think they all had connecting flights.
I don't either.
I think they were liars.
We went clear to the other end of the airport.
Liars.
And then they moved the gate. So we go clear back the other way. And then we got there. Luckily, they delayed the flight 20 minutes, so we were able to get there. But had they not delayed it, we would have been stuck. Instead of Chicago, we would have been stuck in D.C. So it was not fun. That's why I like direct flights.
Yeah, so we had to fly from Chicago to D.C. and then backtrack to Pittsburgh.
Clear backtrack to Pittsburgh.
It's like, what the frick?
It was just, wow.
It was united.
So anyway.
So, at least they didn't drag us out of the seat.
Yeah, at least we didn't get dragged out of the seat. So, you know, there's that.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, anyway, so now that I told a story to people in here, now we can talk about what we're going to talk about. We have lots to talk about because we missed a whole bunch of shit.
And we love all of you, too.
We do love you guys.
Okay,
Yay.
so we have a lot to talk about because we didn't do anything but Star Wars videos for like 4 or 5 days because we were in the celebration bubble.
We were.
So when you're in the
Is that what you're calling that?
The celebration bubble.
Celebration bubble.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like one of those Gungan cities, right? You're in the bubble. So we were in the bubble. And so we're going to talk about Captain Marvel, Brie Larson versus Chris Hemsworth.
We missed a lot.
A lot of other...
There's some She-Ra stuff.
Some She-Ra stuff. We're going to talk about the Vic Mignogna situation and that Funimation apparently chopped all of his extras off the DVD Blu-ray release of it.
Oh, some of our thoughts on the Addams Family. I don't know.
It's okay.
Our daughter's a huge Addams Family fan, and she was just like, I think it looks like the comics and stuff.
It looks more like the cartoons.
Than the show. I really have an opinion one way or the other at this point. I mean, I'd have to see more.
Yeah.
It looks very different, and a lot of people were not happy with it. I honestly didn't really care either way.
I would need to see more. I mean, it just kind of comes across like that, like Illumination kind of style of animation. And I mean, I do like that they kept the character designs in line with the original cartoons, New Yorker cartoons. I think that was a good move, and they did that with the animated series like years and years and years ago. But it's going to throw some people off because they look very different in the cartoons than they do in the live action.
And the show and stuff, so, so.
Okay, so what else? We got the Vic Mignogna. Okay, so we're going to talk about Gizmodo finally found a buyer.
Oh, yeah, this is hilarious. Wait till you hear this one.
And it doesn't look like they're going to put up with, they're not going to put up with IO9's shit.
Yeah.
They're laying the law down.
Stay tuned. Anyway.
We're going to talk about Tumblr scrambling to find other audiences. Now they've started their own K-pop portal.
Yeah.
Because all the furry artists have left Tumblr. All the artists have left Tumblr. Not safe for work artists have left Tumblr. Let's see. I hope you join DLive. I have no idea what that is. It's a version of Twitch live stream. DLive is better. They Twitch more YouTubers are going to join DLive.
Oh, we could check into it.
I'll have to look into it.
We like to get in things early.
I'll have to look into it. Okay, we're going to talk about Comicsgate. Are we allowed to say that?
I don't know, but if I cough, guys, I apologize. I can't help it. Go ahead.
Comicsgate. Let's get this video.
Wait, Comicsgate?
Let's get this video demonetized. We're going to talk about developments with the Mark Waid versus Richard Meyer debacle, which we talked about months ago. And actually, part of the how I killed time in the airport was reading the deposition.
We did.
Mark Waid's deposition, and it was kooky, man. It was like,
well, there's a lot of pages missing.
There's a lot of pages missing.
It's the first thing I noticed. Where all these other pages go?
It was like the report. It was like there's stuff crossed out, missing, but it was kooky.
Redacted.
And then we're going to talk about how beyond Mark Waid versus Richard Meyer, that Tug, that umbrella guy, we've been on his show before. Apparently, this all went down when we were at the convention, but Twitter is coming after not just him because he's got an IndieGoGo campaign, but his kid.
Yeah.
His 5-year-old daughter, which is freaking disgusting.
No, you never mess with kids.
Don't mess with kids. Kids should always be off limits. Jason Green, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Brie Larson needs to be put over a knee and spanked like a 2-year-old. Give me that. You did. I said
I reminded him again. We were gone. To be fair, the last 2 weeks we've been home like 6 days maybe. So you need to do that though. You did say you would, because he has to leave again in a couple of weeks. So. Oh
my God. Yeah. Anyway. So the Tug situation, I'm trying to. I talked to him briefly via DM and asked him what was going on. I think he was very overwhelmed with everything at the time, and I haven't really had a chance to look into it too much. But we're going to try to make sense of it.
Okay.
Later on in the broadcast. So what is that? What we're doing the broadcast?
Whatever this
is. That what this is called?
It's the Clownfish TV show.
It's the Clownfish TV show. It's like the Bozo show, right?
Thank you.
No, I'm Bozo.
Okay.
I'm Bozo. Okay, so where should we start?
Well, you want to talk about Celebration. What did you want to say about Celebration?
So Celebration was busy.
It was very busy.
And it was crowded.
It was very crowded.
And there's a lot of Star Wars stuff there. And I really didn't.
I looked for She-Ra. I found a shirt. I did try. They had a lot of old 80s toys. So I thought maybe I'll find some She-Ras, but I didn't.
No, there was very little of anything that wasn't Star Wars to be found.
Well, imagine that at a Star Wars show. But I thought, you never know. You never know.
Did see a lot of Slave Leias, though, other than myself.
You did or didn't?
I did.
I didn't. I only saw the
one. I thought
one.
Lucasfilm banned Slave Leia forever.
I only saw the one. That was in the... It was in the
4 or 5.
We were in the Hasbro one or whatever. I saw the one. That's it. She had a bruise on her stomach or something. That's the only one I saw. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I saw...
I don't know if they're looking for a Slave Leia, to be honest, though. I was looking for Ewoks.
I was looking for Slave... Yeah, I was looking for Slave Leia because everybody's like, are you allowed to cosplay as Slave Leia? And there were Slave Leias.
Yeah, apparently they were. I don't know. He's a Slave Leia, and he wishes.
I'm Geeky's slave. She just leads me around by the...
I can't be a Slave Leia because, metal bikinis only can hold so much. Anyway.
Wait, you mean that there's enough metal bikini to hold all this?
Oh, yeah. That's what the drape's for.
Okay, so Star Wars Celebration, yeah, we did it. Last minute invite, we got invited last minute. We got to sit in on several panels. We just walked around because we didn't know what to do with ourselves.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. It was just like, okay, this is cool.
Let's walk around again and again.
And I guess, real quick, if you didn't catch it, reaction to the Episode 9 trailer,
Yeah, I mean, I was excited to see Lando and the Falcon again. I mean, when you saw Leia, that made me feel a little sad because it's Leia. But they brought the Emperor out on stage. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Ian McDiarmid was there. Now, it's weird because that rumor about Palpatine coming back for episode 9, I thought was too ridiculous, and they did it. They're doing it.
They're just trying everything they can do.
But they're going to screw it up somehow. You know they're going to screw it up somehow.
Oh, yeah, I know they are.
He's going to be like a hologram recording or something. Melody, thank you. Didn't have to do that. I haven't caught a live stream in a while. Hello.
Hello.
We haven't done a proper live stream in a while.
Yeah, we tried, but it was really hard. Yeah, it was. I'm going to talk about. Go ahead.
I didn't meet actual director Krennic. I went to Burger King.
No, he didn't say it was actually him. He
said
it was a director Krennic.
It was a very, very good director Krennic, and we were waiting in line. There's a Burger King couple of blocks away, and they were not prepared for Star Wars in Chicago, which is weird because
no, they weren't prepared at all for Star Wars in Chicago.
Because they do C2E2 there too, right?
Yeah.
You think they would be prepared for conventions. They closed the Burger King down, and I got trapped in the Burger King with director Krennic.
It was a cosplay director Krennic.
Cosplay director Krennic, but a very, very good one. He should have made that clear. But a very good one. I was going to take his picture, but I didn't want to be creeping on him.
Excuse me, can I have your picture?
Oh, God. So we
asked that all the time.
We had, Wookiees and Jedi and Ewoks banging on the window of the Burger King like zombies trying to get in. And I'm waiting for, freaking 45 minutes for a pair of Whoppers.
And it was cold. So, anyway.
The Whoppers were cold.
But they were not prepared.
They were not
prepared. For the insanity that was a celebration.
So that's what happens in Chicago. They shut the joint down when they get too many people.
Woohoo! Yes, we're almost at 30. Yeah, I know we slowed down because we haven't been able to do videos as much because we've been so busy. But I was going to talk about the reaction to the trailer and on the internet with that one individual, which I can't remember his name. And everybody was kind of flipping out on this guy.
Is he the new Star Wars kid?
I know, right?
Become memeable, and I feel bad.
Yeah, I was just going to say, people were asking about that online, and my comment to that was, here's my thing. It's like, I get the guy credit, because that takes a lot of guts to put your reaction up. I don't know how real the reaction is or not. He was crying before there was any reason to cry, so I honestly don't know. It just could be he's a very sensitive person. But I'm not going to bash on his, I'm not going to mock him or bash on him in any way. Because if he really likes it and that means so much to him, then he's allowed to be excited about it and cry about it. I mean, I was touched when I saw Leia. Because I know Carrie Fisher's no longer with us.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lando's in the Falcon again. Yeah, but I mean, that's about all I cared about. But I'm just saying, I mean, I can understand if he feels like he feels connected to it. That's up to him. So when we always say you can like something, you're allowed to not like something. I don't want to be telling people they can't like something. I'm mad they're telling me I'm calling me names for not liking something. I'm not going to tell people they can't like something. Because we've been on both sides of it. I hated The Last Jedi. Got harassed for it. Didn't think Solo was the worst movie ever. I got harassed for it. So
yeah, you can't win. You can't win with Star Wars anymore. It's really a mixed bag. Caleb says, please announce that Assassin's Creed Unity is free for the weekend. Free download and free keep.
Oh, there you go.
I have to tell Squid King.
I'm just the thing is, there were a lot of people who reacted the way he did. Mm-hmm. We were in the room full of thousands of people watching it.
Normal grown men and women crying.
Freaking out,
going, oh my God.
Every time something happened.
When the stock market crashed and you see
it wasn't that bad.
Well, no, but when you saw the people, the hands on the head and oh my God, those were the gestures I was seeing in the audience.
Yeah, people were freaking out. I mean, they really were. And we were actually in the one room that was a side room because there's a whole other story. But they ran it 3 times. We had to sit through it 3 times.
We had to sit through it. We were there, 3 times. And they got us in. The panel had already started.
Right. Because we got there late. But anyway...
So I think it was just, the thing with episode 9 is they're really hitting the nostalgia, and I think being there and being with all those people, it's a little bit different than watching it in front of your computer.
Right, it is.
And being, you're surrounded by diehard Star Wars fans, most of them, or they wouldn't pay the
money
to
knew the names of the characters,
Oh my God, the ones
I heard about that one. Heard about that one.
There were some people, look, I'm not getting a judge, but there were some people there, I really think that they were just there to dress up like Star Wars characters and
you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to accuse people being fake geeks. That's not allowed. You're not allowed to do that, guys.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm on the fence. I'm more excited about The Mandalorian and Clone Wars.
Those look great.
Yeah, and definitely excited about the theme park.
Oh my gosh, guys! Galaxy's Edge is very impressive.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's gonna be.
No, it's gonna be
be crazy impressive. So I don't, whatever. Episode 9, hooray, hooray. I mean, I'm all about the park. So let me get.
Yeah, I mean,
riding the Falcon. Heck yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll do a good job on that. I mean, look, I hate the Avatar movie, but I love Pandora and Disney World. Flight of Passage is actually one of my favorite rides. So
movie, I'm like, whatever. The theme park, I'm like, heck yeah. Okay, anyway, I don't want to keep talking about Star Wars because we already talked about Star Wars to death.
Star Wars.
We had plenty of Star Wars in the last week. I'm over it. So
we're losing people because we're talking about Star Wars.
Probably because everybody's over Star Wars.
But I did get to meet finally Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, because I was doing live streams like, Jeremy's like 50 feet behind you, but there's a delay.
There is a delay.
There's like a 10 or 15 second delay, so he might have been behind me, but then he wasn't behind me.
Sorry, guys.
And Geeky's still sick.
So you kept missing him, but that's okay. You found him later, so it's all good.
I actually made a trip over the last day. Well, it was supposed to be our last day, and then we got stuck there. And said hi for about 10 minutes. We talked for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we thought we had to leave, and then we didn't. But anyway. Okay. Go to Star Wars dressed as Star Trek. Yeah, that'd be fun. I actually saw people doing that. They could mesh the two.
Oh, the red shirt with the lightsaber through the chest was pretty fun.
So, they do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Another person was dressed as Ahsoka and didn't even know her name.
That doesn't surprise me at all. It's, there's a lot of people I don't think knew what the hell was going on. Anyway, I'm sorry. Heck was going on.
A lot of hell was going on. And remember, kids, hell is for children.
That's right.
Because hell.
People are probably thinking, what? They don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so this was actually better than the Captain Marvel movie. Jason Green, hello. You didn't have to do that. Do you think that a Tailspin live-action movie would be good if they don't interject politics into it? Tailspin live-action movie?
I don't know if I do live action. I'd like to see Tailspin brought back as a show.
I would like to see them do Tailspin with the Darkwing, or not with the Darkwing. Well, with the Darkwing Duck crew, but with the DuckTales crew. I think.
For me, and this is why I don't like all these live action remakes. I think when you have animated shows, especially something like Tailspin or like doing Groove Trip or something, I don't think that those
coming to Disney Plus, Goof Troop
live action,
the live action.
Not
series.
Really. I just said that. That wasn't true. I think sometimes when they look really weird. It doesn't look weird. I just think they look strange. It's like Howard the Duck the movie. You know what I mean? Remember how bad that was? That's what I fear. That's what I really fear.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we're going to do this one.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna put this link in here.
What is this?
It's not gonna let me link it.
What are you trying to link?
I was gonna try to link the Audi debriefing.
Called Tail the Golden Monkey. Yeah.
This is a kind of clever commercial featuring Captain Marvel in the Audi commercial. Now, if I remember correctly, Iron Man was in the last Audi commercial for.
They had him in the Audi commercial before. Yeah.
So it's actually pretty funny if you watch it. I don't know if we can watch it without getting demonetized, but it's not bad, and it's because Brie Larson doesn't say much.
Well, it's not good either. I mean, it is what it is, but it has some kind of funny jokes about gluten and stuff, which are kind of funny.
Yeah, it's talking about how things have changed since the 90s, and
the comment about the line to get your photos developed was pretty funny actually.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
But it was trying hard, but it's out there.
It's out there, but this again,
Goose is in it, so it's worth it for that. Right.
So this kind of drives home though that they are making Carol the star of Endgame already.
Right? I think so. Yeah,
because they're like, oh well, she's not going to have a very major role in it, but no, we're going to give her we're going to give her the Audi commercial. Could have been anybody. They could have given it to Scarlett Johansson. They could have given it to Black
no
Widow.
other women exist in Marvel. The most important one is Captain Marvel.
Take some Dayquil Geeky. She actually sounds better.
Well, actually, I took some more medicine, but every time I take medicine, my blood pressure goes up. Now, I feel fine, but it makes my blood pressure go up. The doctor said it was okay, though, so I took more medicine.
The internet makes your blood pressure go up.
Yeah, well, actually, not since I'm on other medication. I've actually been pretty cool about that stuff. Okay, yeah, this thing.
Oh boy. Okay, so...
Sorry, guys.
Man, I'm gonna have to edit. Oh, it's live. I can't edit this.
Cough drop.
Geeky Sparkles, you need to drink water.
I've been drinking water. I swear.
What are you? You're taking
cough drops.
Cough drops. You're taking cough pearls.
They don't work worth spit.
She was so sick she had to miss.
Done it with Disney people.
Is that what I did? Shh.
They all know.
They all know. Yeah, we were invited. So We got the cool ticket too. We didn't have to wait in line for anything.
I know. Good.
Whoopsie. Okay. William Davis, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Don Cheadle reaction was funny in the interview. Yeah, I didn't see his reaction. They just keep replaying the clip over and over again of her backhanding. Oh, this is a different one. Wait, is this the right one? No, there's okay. There's a couple of oopsies here where Chris Hemsworth makes a comment that because she does her own stunts, she's like Tom Cruise, just joking with her. She apparently,
obviously joking.
She didn't get the joke.
And I mean, I was like, well, she messed. At first, I thought, well, maybe she's joking back. I'm like, maybe she's kidding because it was clearly a joke. But apparently she wasn't kidding.
I thought she was maybe kidding. I'm like, nobody get that upset about being compared to Tom Cruise.
No, I didn't think they would, but apparently she wasn't
kidding. Well, I
kidding.
don't know. He's kind of kooky. But
I mean, apparently she wasn't kidding. I was just like, what? But isn't there like rumors? I mean, I don't know. This is what I've heard. Oh. This isn't true. Wasn't there rumors, though, because that they said that some people in the cast don't really get along with certain people?
I have heard that. She just doesn't. She's not meshing well with the rest of the cast.
Doesn't play well with others all the time.
I don't know. I kind of get the vibe that like Scarlett Johansson doesn't really care for her that much.
I don't know. We don't know. I'm just saying.
It's sort of like picking up on the body language. I don't know. So yeah. So she didn't want to be compared to no man. Captain Marvel actress Brie Larson's getting praised by woke liberals for apparently putting Thor actor Chris Hemsworth in his place.
Is that what she's calling that? Okay.
She lifted his hammer. And she probably will in the movie. I bet you Captain Marvel will. I bet you, because she has to. In this place after he compared her to a man. But in reality, Larson was just showing why she is utterly insufferable. Ouch. Yeah, so so I told you it doesn't make me look cool, does it? Hemsworth joked.
Yeah, it was clear he was kidding.
He's got in trouble before for joking.
He was clearly kidding.
Well, he was joking. Wasn't it him and Chris Evans joking around with Scarlett Johansson?
Oh, about her being a slut and the character.
And she was totally fine with it.
Yeah, because it was a joke. And the character is kind of a slut. I mean, that's kind of the point. Anyway, but you're not allowed to say that.
That's her job. She's a Black Widow.
I know. It's in the name.
Does the deed and then she kills him.
So it's
what she does. Guys. That's what she does.
Come on.
Anyway. So Larson interjected, no. So you don't do your own stunts? This is the thing. I did my stunts because I thought that's what everybody did. At this point, Hemsworth rolled his eyes and brought up actor Tom Cruise, who's famous for doing his own stunts. There are other actors who do their own stunts. When Hemsworth said Tom Cruise, Larson got defensive and snapped back.
I thought she was kidding at first.
I thought she was too. No, I want to be the first me, not the next Tom Cruise. Thank you very much. Yeah, I saw that, and I thought she would like start laughing after. No, she didn't laugh.
You know what I think's funny? She goes on and on about wanting to help people. And it's all about activism, and how she wants to help people. But she puts herself, inserts herself a lot. There's a lot of me in there for being an activist. You know what I mean? There's a lot of me.
There is. Grim Ray Play, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Hello. And thank you for the reminder. Super late and going to sleep. But remember, stay hydrated, eat vegetables. Stay juicy. Stay juicy,
my friends.
Stay juicy. Eat vegetables, and we love you guys. Thank you.
Oh, we love you guys.
Please never stop. We'll try not to.
We're trying not to.
But sometimes people want to stop us.
They do.
And those
That's a whole other story.
Those people need a thumping.
But I really thought honestly that she was kidding at first. You know.
So then,
and then I was like, she's not kidding.
Oh my God. So Brie Larson, Don Cheadle, who plays War Machine in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Both laughed because I was going for that both. Larson then added very generous. So they're like, oh my God, it's like the best clapback. Do not come at her. Do not come at her. Wait, do not come.
They weren't coming
at. Okay.
He wasn't coming at her. He was making a joke.
Just wanted to make sure I read that right.
He's like, wow, that's impressive. You're going for, I'm only me. Thank you very much. I'm like, what? Okay.
Oh my God, he wasn't.
Everybody knows you're you. Don't worry.
He wasn't coming at her.
Mistook you for a man.
Oh
it's okay.
God. Oh my God.
It's okay.
So I'll have to watch. I haven't watched the full interview. I did see the clip. I thought it seemed kind of edited. So. Where did we go? We went to Celebration. We got invited literally, was it less than a week?
Less than a week, yeah.
Less than a week?
Or no, it was like 8 days.
8 days.
We had 8 days notice.
8 days notice. Like, hey, you guys want to go to Chicago?
It's like, sure.
It's like, okay. So we went to Chicago. That's what we did. Johnny Perry, thank you. Didn't have to do that. Marvel needs to get her under control. I agree. I don't think she interviews well. Her movie was okay. She doesn't really have the ground to be acting like a diva. Well, that's right. She's not.
I agree with this.
Honestly, Scarlett Johansson still outranks her, but they're putting her in the
trying to start on Marvel Civil War. I see. Oh, that's good.
I think
I'll clap that one. That one's good.
Okay, right. So what else we got here? There's burning questions with Brie. So this is on the Mary Sue.
I never want to have my name associated with burning.
Brie is burning.
I'm just like, there's medicine for that. I'm just saying.
So yeah, this is the Mary Sue, so I don't really care. I love
Mary Sue.
Again, the Mary Sue.
I roll my eyes automatically as soon as you say Mary Sue.
Look at this. Okay, these are the top stories on the Mary Sue, guys. I want to point this out. How many of these stories are actually related to pop culture? We've got Johnny Depp. Okay. We've got Magician season finale. Okay. The Mueller report. Okay. Bars primo. What? Bigotry and action. No. Do you see the pattern here?
Yeah.
that more and more of their content is becoming very political and less pop culture. And I'm wondering if that's because nobody wants their hot takes on pop culture.
No.
At the Mary Sue, and they need to get the views up.
They think they're hot takes.
They need to get
call
the views
them
up.
like room temperature, maybe.
Oh my god! Should I jump ahead? Speaking of websites, should I jump ahead to Gizmodo?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Let's talk about Gizmodo. Okay, so Gizmodo, right, guys? We've been talking about Gizmodo. Gizmodo owns IO9. Most of Gizmodo came from Gawker, and we all know what happened to Gawker when they pushed it too far. They got sued into oblivion. So now Gizmodo's been for sale. They couldn't find a buyer. They had to slash prices on Gizmodo. Again, owners of IO9, very opinionated.
They are? I didn't notice.
Yeah. So this is funny though. So
sorry, guys.
Get it under control.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Don't hit me.
So not tonight, dear. Not tonight.
Good.
When we go off the air though.
He's kidding. I better
oh my God! They'll send somebody after us.
He's kidding.
Okay, so
I'm blinking twice. He doesn't hit me. It's all good.
Yeah, Gizmo Media Group includes a family of websites formerly known as Gawker Media, because they want to strip that name out of, even though they still own Gawker.com. So they don't mention IO9, which is interesting, and they do own IO9. IO9 is the pop culture arm of Gizmodo. So properties Gizmodo, Jezebel, and Deadspin, they must figure IO9 is part of that, and The Onion. So this is funny. This is coming from the new owner at Great Hill Partners, and I think this is very, very funny, people. Let's read this. This was sent out.
This is actually pretty funny, guys.
This was sent out to all the employees, including all those fine folks over IO9. Today's announcement is the culmination of a very thorough process as part of Univision's broader strategic realignment and return to its core strengths in Hispanic media and marketing. So basically, Univision went outside of their, which is Hispanic television, and they got these sites and they didn't know what to do with them. So okay, this is coming from the Univision CEO. I'm sorry, but this is funny. Our aim from the outset of this process was to sell these assets as one, and we were pleased to have found a terrific buyer in Great Hill Partners that's committed to growing these properties. We're grateful to our colleagues at generally part of our company. Oh wait, hold on. This is the wrong one.
What are you doing?
I read the wrong thing. I highlighted the wrong thing. Okay, so they're happy. This could be translated to. This could be distilled to. Thank God we got rid of Gawker and Gizmodo.
That's basically what it sounds like.
It's hurting our brand. Okay, this is what I want to read. I'm sorry. This is coming from the new owner. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. What the hell's going on here?
Okay, this is really funny. This is coming from
the funny part.
Spanfeller, the new owner, are part of the
group.
Group. I believe in the power of content. Yes, even in these platform nuanced times, and the idea of editorially driven businesses. I am very excited to work with the wonderful brands that make up our company and all of you, the professionals who drive these brands day in and day out, he said. I also believe in the partnership that must work between both sides of the house to make media companies successful. While editorial independence is critically important, there needs to be a healthy and productive partnership with the business side for the company to be truly successful.
Don't piss off the money.
Without an audience, we have nothing to offer advertisers, e-commerce partners, or subscription efforts. And without the revenue from these sources, we have no way to fund the content and those who create it that attracts the audience in the first place.
Stop pissing off the audience.
He is basically coming...
pissing off the advertisers.
Exactly. He is coming out and saying, without saying, that we're not going to piss the advertisers off. You guys, we need editorial, right? But you're going to keep it in check. You're going to keep your opinions in check. Because we can't piss off the advertisers. We can't drive away the readers. We can't become the next BuzzFeed. Right?
I'm not coughing because he's hurting me. I'm coughing because I'm sick. Anyway.
Hello, Costa Rica.
Oh, I wanted to show you this real quick. This person said, want to know what song we use in the vignette because he thinks it's familiar. I don't know. It was a...
In your vignette, which one?
I think the beginning. Is it the beginning? I think
the beginning? It's from Epidemic Sound. It's something. I don't know exactly what it is. It's
something we're allowed to use.
Something we're allowed to use. It was something catchy.
But anyway,
it does have lyrics.
So they bought these far left blogs, and they're basically saying, "Hey guys, I'm glad I'm here. I believe in the power of content and the platform, but we actually need money to pay you." And we need advertisers to give us money to pay you. And we need advertisers to give us money to keep the site up. And we need people to actually read the articles to keep the site up and to keep the advertisers. So yeah, you need to stop the shit. That's basically what they said.
This is a sterling example of what people who want to make money in today's media landscape need to do. Oh, hello, Panama.
Well, you said earlier, but anyway,
yes.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I thought it was Costa Rica. No, we have someone from Costa Rica, too.
Oh, well, we have Panama, too.
Man.
So, hey, guys!
Everybody's representing. Blowing kisses, all right. Yeah, so this is what they need. This is what the comic book publishers need to do.
Look, business is business, and you can't keep pissing off people and expect to get money from business owners, who a lot of times leave conservative, from fans and readers. You can't, you're going, if you just pigeonhole yourself into this niche audience, you're going to have no readers, and that's what happened. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's why they're up for sale, because they're not making Univision any money. Cesario, thank you, didn't have to do that. GMG was bought for The Onion. Yeah, I think The Onion's the only thing that's worth it.
I think it is too, yeah.
The rest is worthless and will be liquidated most likely. IO9's now a subblog of Gizmo. Yeah, IO9 it is a subdomain, and I think it's because there's not, just to show how, I think they did that to sell it. They polished the turd.
You separate it or whatever.
Yeah, because if it was io9.com, I think that the numbers would not be good, but they just roll in with the rest of it.
Yeah, you want to roll in with the performing ones so your numbers look better so you can lie and sell it. But The Onion's probably going down because you can't make up shit more real, than what's already happening for real.
We are living The Onion.
I know.
Right?
You can't make this stuff up, guys.
So then while we're talking failing websites, we'll bring this up real quick. Tumblr launches dedicated K-pop hub.
Oh, God.
We might have recognized...
Like K-pop, though.
Yeah, well, I think they're doing this because they're hemorrhaging artists, and that's kind of what Tumblr was founded on, was the creative community, and now they're hemorrhaging users. We did a video on Tumblr, and I think it was like a 25% decline in like a month. I mean, it's crazy.
So they're doing kpop.tumblr.com.
Kpop.tumblr.com.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
That's what it looks like it says. Tumblr's new K-pop content. What? Artist spotlight to answer times the platform signature Q&A format.
Quick, what's popular? What's going to bring traffic? K-pop's pretty hot right now.
As well, followers can expect curated content featuring fan art. So they're going to curate everything, make sure you have to make sure the right boobies are shown, not the bad boobies. So,
yeah, we're talking about MySpace. Yeah, this is pretty much what happened to MySpace, right? It's like, hurry up, let's put some music on there, and then
whoops, that is, yes.
Whoops, we're gonna lose it all.
Oh my gosh, you're right, that is.
Lose everything because we don't give a shit because nobody's on this website anymore. Tumblr is about done. Put a fork in it. Put a fork in Tumblr. So
I'm getting a drink.
Okay, not the alcoholic.
No, I can't have that kind now.
That is a good quote. Don't piss off the money.
Words to live by.
Words to live by. Don't piss off the money.
That's right. There's no such thing as bad boobies. Well, that's probably true.
I don't know. I've seen some bad boobies.
No, I mean like Tumblr. If it was they were banning some boobies, but they were allowing other boobies, and when they were doing drawings, it was whatever the algorithm picked up. So some boobies got through, other boobies didn't. Some boobies are bad, some boobies weren't. Never mind. Look at his face.
Every booby is beautiful.
Every booby is beautiful. That's right.
Every booby is sacred.
There you go.
Anyway,
you heard it from Kneon. Every booby is sacred.
Geeky can't eat spicy food.
I can't because you know what? I could.
Kind of redhead.
But then I
eat the hot
I do
stuff.
eat some things, but if it gets too hot and spicy, I just like want to throw up. So
well, Squid King has got me beat. He'll
Yeah.
like literally just drink hot sauce.
He
like,
will.
Straight up.
And
drink it.
vinegar. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so Tumblr's like scrambling to stay relevant. Okay, Univision unloaded the shit show that is Gizmodo.
So we see a pattern here. I think we're seeing a pattern, guys.
We're seeing a pattern. So we'll talk a little bit about the Vic Mignogna situation, then we'll talk about comics, and then we'll talk about She-Ra.
That's right.
So let's talk about... Uh-oh.
What'd you do?
Uh-oh, they broke one angry gamer. Oh my god. What happened?
Our internet's still working?
Yes, it is. There it is.
Okay. You broke it and then blamed it on everybody else. Way to go.
Uh-oh.
I have heard about doing the elderberry. I have to try that sometime. Everybody swears by that. Go ahead.
All right, so I did see, we were at Walmart today. I was picking up my back medication at Walmart.
Oh, yeah, that's the other part. So I'm coffee and sick. Kneon had ruptured discs and has herniated discs, and he messes back up again. So now he's gimpy, and I'm coffee.
Can't call me that.
Okay, he's limpy, and I'm coffee.
Anyway,
you call yourself that.
I'm
quoting you.
Yeah, I have because of my height, I have multiple ruptured discs, and there was a time when I literally couldn't feel my right leg from the knee down for about 2 years.
He drug his leg like Igor for like 2 years.
Yeah,
he would literally drag his leg.
It's pretty sad. It's pretty sad seeing. I wasn't that old. I was like in my early 30s.
Yeah, he wasn't. It wasn't like, we're not old. Anyway.
Okay, so Funimation cuts the Vic Mignogna segments from the Dragon Ball Super Broly Blu-ray and DVD extras. Now, I did see a whole end cap full of these at Walmart today.
Oh, did you?
I did. I'm like, oh, look, their Broly's out on Blu-ray. And then I saw the story that because Broly have been yesterday. It probably dropped yesterday. They cut Vic. They didn't cut his voice out, but they cut his Q&A. I guess he had a Q&A on here. So Funimation DVD and Blu-ray release of Dragon Ball Super Broly has arrived, but not every feature is intact. According to some of the people who purchased a copy of the movie, they noticed that one of the advertised features on the store page was not available in the actual Blu-ray release.
So they advertised it was going to be part of it, and they did that. Ooh.
Right. I've heard the UK version has it intact. That's what I've heard. I don't know. It started with users spreading the word on Twitter that the DVD and Blu-ray release of Dragon Ball Super Broly no longer contains the Vic Mignogna interview as promised on the retailer pages for the DVD and Blu-ray.
So people went and bought this or pre-ordered it thinking they were going to get that and they were supporting Vic, and then that's what happened, huh?
Yep.
Oh, that's not going to go over well.
This is despite the fact that Mignogna voices the titular character.
I hate that word. I hate that word.
Titular.
It just annoys me.
Titular
Nobody's
character.
Gonna say that to me. I hate that.
Twitter uses Daddy. I thought it said Twitter uses Daddy Senpai. Twitter users Daddy Senpai and Monley posted the following tweets on April 16th. See, we've been gone. We didn't see any of this. No, oh my God! Would you talk? I can't talk anymore.
No, Vic Mignogna interview or anything.
There we go. Thank you.
Where can I return this blue and DVD set? I don't blame you. Because they promised it. You know? Oh, yeah, here they had, like right here.
Yeah, right
interview
here.
With the cast. And his name, was he listed?
It was.
They took it off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so look, everybody gets a Q&A except for Vic. Vic doesn't get a Q&A. They're wiping Vic from the Dragon Ball franchise. So... Raquel Law said last night it's not illegal for Funimation to cut the interview with Vic, but it's a potential PR problem.
It's a PR problem.
I think it probably is. I mean, they probably have in the contract. I'll be honest. I mean, it's like when you work in comics, just because you turn a page in, just because you got paid for that page, or
doesn't mean they have to run that page.
Doesn't mean they have to run it. And if they decide to cut things, then they're going to cut things, you know. And that's just kind of the way.
But it's not going to go well with the fan base. So that's I mean, it is a PR problem more than anything.
Funimation added a green tint. I saw something about that on Twitter. I don't understand what's going on.
I don't know either. What's that supposed to mean?
Green tint. Why is it green?
I don't know. That's weird.
Are they hoping it's going to make more money if they make it green? Is that the special money edition?
Someone said, yeah, psychologically, if you see green, you spend more money. I don't know.
Yeah, right. So on the Amazon, yeah. So Nick, yeah, he's probably right. I think when you purchase somebody's, unless it's explicitly laid out, at least this is the way that I recall it from.
Yeah, we had contracts. I mean, they can pay you for it, but they don't have to use it. It's up to them. So yeah, I'm sure that's true.
Yeah, but everybody's, I mean, again, it's just another example that they're, Funimation is washing their hands of Vic Mignogna. And apparently, yeah, there's something about the jelly bean. I don't understand what the deal is. Apparently, one of the things that kicked this off was Monica Rial, I think, signed the jelly bean, and Vic ate the jelly bean and said that nobody can say I didn't eat Monica Rial.
Well, that's a bad joke.
Yeah, but is it termination worthy?
Is that what this whole thing's about?
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
If that comes down to that's what it's about, that's just stupid.
I don't know.
I mean, it's poor taste joke.
All right,
but
so
it's not...
Clownfish TV, get ready. Nick Rekieta says lawsuits are coming tomorrow. Yeah, that's... See, we don't really follow the Twitter drama.
We have people call and tell us things.
We have...
But, yeah.
Yeah, we have...
jelly bean raids.
People on the inside telling us stuff, but we don't broadcast it. We don't go after Twitter drama because we got enough to deal with. I don't want to deal with Twitter drama, but we are watching this case with great interest because I think it is sort of a precedent. It's a precedent.
I'm just like, that's what started it, was a jelly bean. I can't. That's just all I can think of. A story from my sister when we were in college. There was a big sign on a building and it said $1, and my sister stood underneath it and said, "Oh, you can eat for under $1." Anyway, that was a long time ago. We were in college. We probably weren't sober then either. Anyway,
So Mignogna still appears in the cast and credit section. If they're using his voice,
they have to.
I think legally they have to credit him. I think they have to credit him. But if they just cut a feature, I'm sure that they probably can get away with just cutting it.
They said the UK Blu-ray release has been confirmed to not feature any extra content whatsoever.
Oh, that's
so I don't know. I just know that, I do know that you can do the work and they pay you for the work. Doesn't mean they have to use it. So they can probably get away with it.
So papers were filed today.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we're going to be watching this. As, actual news comes out regarding the Vic situation, we'll cover that. I just don't want to get into... it's basically like a game of telephone when you're dealing with Twitter
that's
stuff.
The problem.
And, we got, like I said, we got enough to deal with in the real world. Devarius Jessup, thank you, didn't have to do it. No one is asking, how do you sign a jelly bean?
I don't know. Very carefully.
The very tiny pen.
Yeah.
Like the
really fine tip Sharpies.
Yeah, like
a brush pen.
Was it the Chinese artists, Chinese or Japanese artists that paint on the grain of rice?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had my name on a grain of rice, so
Wow.
I did.
Okay.
It was in France. Anyway.
Johnny Perry, thank you. Did not have to do that, sir. Green tint darkened the bright colors the movie was showing off in theaters was terrible, but the drama Vic is dealing with is worse.
Irony, they put you in a green box.
Look at Tybeard's Twitter. I'll have to go out and look at Tybeard's Twitter. Yeah, I just want to know what's actually going on. And it does seem that Funimation's I've heard rumors, and we've heard from people behind the scenes about Toei and Funimation that Toei is not real happy with them, but I don't have anything concrete I can point to and say, here's a statement from Toei in Japan that they don't like Funimation and yada yada yada, severing business. I don't have
we need to get a whole bunch of jelly beans with Clownfish TV printed on them, or I won't say Kiki Sparkles because you'll get mad about that, and then everybody can just say I ate Clownfish TV. Yeah. I'm not gonna say Kiki Sparkles because you'll get mad. Anyway,
he ate me. Oh, Bean leave Monica. Oh, so we'll keep an eye on this. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty normal. I think when there's an acrimonious split like this, they're gonna try to get rid of Vic as much as they can. If they could have taken his voice out of the movie entirely, just to remove his credit from it and pretend he doesn't exist, they probably would. They
probably would have if they could have.
They probably would have done it. So I completely believe they would have done it. Okay. So, what else is going... Well, speaking of shit shows, let's talk about comics. The entire industry right now is a giant shit show. All right. So, we did talk a little bit about this before. The situation with diversity in comics, a.k.a. your boy Zach, a.k.a. Think About Comics, a.k.a. Comics Matters, a.k.a. I don't know what his channel name is now.
I don't even know.
I really don't. Versus Mark Waid.
Because you don't usually talk to him on his channel, so...
No, but he keeps changing his channel name. So anyway, so this situation with Mark Waid. So we talked a little bit about it. For those of you who are not familiar, Mark Waid is a very well-known comic book writer, very well-respected within the industry by his peers. And he doesn't like diversity in comics. He hasn't liked diversity in comics for quite some time. So when Diversity in Comics went to go crowdfund his book... Oh, I'm sorry. Strike that. When Diversity in Comics went to have his own book published by Antarctic Press, the story is that Mark Waid made a few phone calls and stopped it from happening, which forced Diversity in Comics to crowdfund his comic instead. There are differing stories on
it was in crowdfunding when they asked him to publish with them.
What's up?
It was in crowdfunding. It was going on in the middle.
Yeah, I think it was in the middle. Well, that's not unusual. Yeah, that's not okay. That's right.
Not unusual though, actually.
Right. Okay, so that's. I mean, he's got to release himself. God, it's live.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's not unusual.
Thank you.
It's not unusual though that if you're doing really well with some kind of crowdfunding campaign, that someone will approach you to do a book deal because you're doing so well. They're like, well, we want to get a piece of this too. So
this does happen.
This happens often.
Yes,
so that's a really normal thing to happen. But anyway,
yeah. So
gingers do have souls because I have them all.
You do.
I do.
So anyway, so Mark Waid apparently made some phone calls to Antarctic Press to stop them from publishing Richard Meyer's book, and it gets weird. We haven't been following the blow by blow, but he alleges that Comicsgate was like out to get him and circulating phone numbers of all the stores that wouldn't carry Jawbreakers. But we do know for a fact there were stores out there that refused to carry the book, and they were actually turning customers away who asked for the book.
One person got banned.
He was like a kid. He was like 20 years
old.
And
they banned him from the thing. Yeah, and the shop closed down later, didn't it?
Yeah, shop went out of business like a month later.
Because
they're really good at business.
What's the lesson here? Anyway, go ahead.
They're really good at business. So, I guess he gave his deposition. And
now there are a lot of pages missing out of the deposition.
There are a lot of pages. So Wade's whole thing was, he said that he just called up. He didn't know Antarctic Press. He just called him up and he was like, "Hey, just so you know, this guy's a serial harasser of minorities and never mind the fact that he has a couple of kids that are not white, but he's a white supremacist." And you don't want to publish his comic. But we're cool, right? And
I don't really know the details, but yeah.
Yeah, I tried to follow there was like freaking 90 pages of deposition. I'm reading it, and it was a lot of talking in circles. And objective form. That was his bizarro lawyers kept objecting to the questions being asked.
And this is like, again, the courts are going to decide. They're going to look at the case. They're going to decide. So, I mean, we can't, like, make those decisions, whatever, because it's not up to us. It's up to the courts.
I think it looks bad.
It does look bad, though. I mean, you don't call up somebody's publisher and do that. It's just a really not cool thing to do.
Right. Mellow E, just watch just some guys' last vid in defense of Waid. Okay, yeah, we'll have to. He's funny.
I like him, actually, yeah.
We know Mark, somewhat. We've actually talked to him off and on throughout the years. We never had problems with him, but this is crazy. I can't believe he did this, So we'll see what happens. This is a story coming from Bounty in the Comics because nobody wants to touch this one in the mainstream comics press because it's too controversial. They did talk about how Mark Waid was going to stick it to Comicsgate, and he was gonna get his GoFundMe going, and he was gonna take down Comicsgate. And now that it's not looking so good for Mark, I don't think you're hearing much about it in the mainstream comic book blogs. Personal opinion. Last year, YouTuber Jawbreakers creator Richard C. Meyer, dun dun dun, launched a civil lawsuit against comic book writer Mark Waid. The case was filed on the 19th of September. Blah blah blah. Waid was sued for tortious interference with contract and defamation. The suit was filed after Antarctic Press announced they would no longer be publishing Jawbreakers following Meyer's successful IndieGoGo for the book. The suit alleged Waid defamed Meyer. Waid intentionally published statements of fact to his followers and the general public regarding Meyer, including falsely stating that Meyer published the first and last names of comic book store employees to encourage owners to harass and threaten them, as well as characterizing Meyer as a racist, a serial harasser of minorities, and as affiliated with white supremacists. Those states were false and were published with actual knowledge of or reckless disregard for statements falsity. That's a mouthful.
Oh, that's kind of boring.
But and recently released court transcripts. Yes, that's what I was reading in the airport because I had nothing better to do. Mark Waid is doubling down on his stance that Meyer's principles are associated with those of white supremacists.
I don't know. I'm just so tired of it. Every time someone doesn't like something or they don't agree with something or they question something, they're automatically a white supremacist. They're an alt-right Nazi. They're misogynist, racist, homophobic. I mean, insert whatever in there. And it's just like, it's so funny. It's like, you can't say, I didn't like something. I can just say, I don't like this comic. Well, there's all these things wrong with you. Unless it's a comic of somebody that they all don't, that one side doesn't like, then they agree with you. But you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
I don't like Last Jedi. Well, you're just blah, 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 blah.
We've
blah,
been called
like,
Nazis. We've been called alt-right.
I don't like She-Ra. How dare you, you misogynist. I'm a woman.
In an exchange between Waid and attorney representing Richard Meyer, Mr. Burns. No, Mr. Byrne. I hope it's not Mr. Burns. Waid is asked if he ever uncovered any direct evidence of white supremacy statements on the part of Mr. Meyer. After an objection, there were a lot of those.
There's a lot of objections.
That deposition, there were a lot of objections. Byrne would ask a similar question to which Waid would respond. Here's Mr. Byrne, his lawyer. Do you have any basis to substantiate a contention that Mr. Meyer is a white supremacist? Mr. Pierce, object to form. Mark Waid. I would say in the materials I provided to the court is various social media posts about how, it's not a, the one about the, it's not. What?
They deleted whatever.
But no, I think he was just fumbling around. What a sideshow or circus, whatever. When you hire black people for comics, that sort of thing.
What?
That's in there. Yeah, absolutely.
What?
At least indicated a propensity towards what we refer to as
Where?
White supremacy these days. They refer to a lot of things as things they are not.
This is it. You don't like something, you're Nazi. You don't like this, you're that. It's like, but you're not. You just didn't like it. And you're just not allowed to like things or not like things. It's stupid.
It's a pretty broad spectrum. So let me get this straight. Being a white supremacist is a pretty broad spectrum.
It's a spectrum disorder.
As a spectrum disorder. Mr. Byrne, do you have any documentation or other evidence of Mr. Meyer directly espousing white supremacist doctrines, or are you inferring from the materials you submitted to the court that he must think that way? Mark Waid, are you asking, is there a specific moment when I am aware of him saying I am a white supremacist, Mr. Byrne, or espouse principles you associate with white supremacists? Mark Waid, I associate, absolutely. Again, I stepped on you, I apologize. This whole deposition's weird. I read, and it's a lot of
there. You can't see all
talking in circles. I just don't.
The internet.
I really don't think Mark Waid expected to get sued. I don't think he thought he was doing anything wrong or illegal, and his lawyer needs to stop tweeting.
I love this. I'm a white supremacist because I don't like eating a salad.
Or eating jelly beans.
Yes.
I don't like jelly beans. You're a hater. In the deposition, Waid is affirming that he believes Richard Meyer espouses principles he associates with white supremacy. With his, I believe he has 2 mixed race kids.
Okay,
so
but beyond that, even if he was a white supremacist, he's not. But let's say he was, even if he was, where is it his position, his right to go to the publisher and say you shouldn't, it would be a really shame if you publish this because you might get a lot of backlash and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of people out there who are different things in the world, and it's still there are laws that you're not allowed to just go because you believe they're a certain way and get them fired or get them in trouble. It just sort of like they killed somebody or something like that. Of course, you can get them in trouble for that, but
that's the thing. Like, you don't have to
agree
with a person's politics or personal beliefs. That still doesn't give you the legal right to interfere in a business transaction.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you can't just do that.
But, Mark, I don't know what happened to him. I think he thinks because he is involved heavily with retailers. He does own comic shops, or did own comic shops. I'm not sure if he still does. He does have a lot of connections in the industry. He has a lot of clout, and he absolutely could make a couple phone calls and be like, yeah, you're done. Like, you're never going to, we will not let you into comics.
It'd be like, it'd be a real shame if, no one would send you comics anymore, or sell your comics anymore, buy your comics anymore, or whatever. I'm not saying he did that. I'm saying that people like that can do that. And then, it's like a mafia. Yeah. We kept calling it the comics mafia.
The hearsay mafia.
Yeah.
And, you go back to even when people were talking on Facebook about cornering Meyer at New York Comic Con.
When they had the secret groups or whatever.
Group.
People that are on that have the moral high ground don't have to hide in groups. I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm not saying who did what or what. I'm just saying, though, that, behavior if you're looking at the behavior and you're looking objectively at behaviors, there is definitely some really questionable behaviors associated with like what was done here. And people that are like out in the open that are morally have the high ground that are in the right don't have to hide to do it. I'm just saying.
Right. And there's a lot of, especially in comics right now, there's so much backroom gossip chatter. And I think really,
I'm sorry guys.
I think really what happens is, I think what's happening is the industry proper, the mainstream industry, is freaking out because there's no way that guys like this should be able to walk in and make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of
in their mindset.
Comics.
Here's the thing, though, and I've been saying this for a while. This whole crowdfunding and getting a lot of money for comics is not a new thing. It has been going on for years with webcomic. People have had, a lot of success, high funding on projects that they had because they had an audience online. So this whole idea that you only can go do this stuff if you're already a comic person is not true. And this whole idea that it's a new thing isn't true either. They've been doing it for years. And if you want to walk in and do it, if you have the audience to do it, more power to you. Do it.
Yeah, it's so weird though, because you look at the situation with Meyer, you look at the situation with Ethan Van Sciver. Van Sciver, I think he's closing in on like $800,000. You will never see anything about him in a mainstream comic book blog because they've all decided.
Not the way it is now.
No, they've all decided together that they're going to ignore these guys unless they're going to write something negative about them. For basically calling out shenanigans in the comic book industry, which the comic book industry has been calling out its own shenanigans for years. It's where it comes from. It's who says it.
Yeah, it's who says it.
If you're part of the clique, you're allowed to criticize comics. If you're coming in from the quote-unquote outside,
you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to.
And it's ridiculous because, I'm sorry, but just saying, hey, your sales are down, I don't really like this, or maybe, these choices you're making aren't making any sense, are not anything that should be that the punishment should be what it has been. It's a simple question, simple statement, simple pointing out of whatever. It shouldn't warrant the harassment and things. And
Geeky, try mixing some fresh lemon juice mixed with warm honey. It should help.
I'm gonna have to try some stuff.
Or some whiskey.
It actually sounds worse than I am. It really does sound. It does sound worse than it is. If I can get rid of the stupid cough, I'd be okay.
Yeah, well, we've been called Nazis, right? We've been called alt-right, and we're not even on the right. We're liberals, and it's so freaking ridiculous.
I've never seen like it just in general, not comics, pop culture in general, anything.
3 or 4 years.
If you don't like what is acknowledged by certain people as the right thing, and you don't like it, even if you have a really good, well thought out, rational reason for not liking something, it has nothing to do with race, gender, anything. It just has you have a real good reason. Doesn't matter. It's automatically because you're some kind of ist or phobe or something. Whether or not that's even true doesn't matter because you have to like it because they said so.
Yeah, poor Geeky's dying, but her toxic male is forcing her to work.
Right.
I am faster, pussycat. More. Wait,
that sounds wrong.
Never mind. Yeah, Ethan worked in the industry for years. He has. We actually worked in the industry, not to the extent that he did, but we know some of the games that are played. But it's never. It's always been cliquish. It's
always been
comics
cliquish.
Has always been cliquish, but not insane. Not like it is now. Well,
depends on
there's
been some weird things, but
So speaking of insane, so again, this comes down to the mainstream industry just kind of and its crazy Twitter army deciding that they don't like people and deciding that these people should not be allowed to make comic books. But now so the Waid-Meyer thing is one situation. This is a completely different situation. So we're like, I don't want to take his money away, but he's got so many ads on his site. That umbrella guy, his comic book IndieGoGo comes under fire from comic industry, quote unquote SJWs, and his daughter apparently is being targeted by
and then they actually misidentified his friend and
Twitter.
their kids or something. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm a mom and I'm a teacher. When it comes to kids, you leave the kids out of it. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you don't have kids.
Kids are
always off limits.
Always.
You don't mess with people's kids. If you really, really, really want your ass kicked, mess with people's kids. But I recommend not messing with people's kids because those kids had nothing to do with it. And it's like a 5-year-old. Nothing to do with any of it. There's no reason to bring the kids into it. None.
No.
That's just the pit. When you have to go when you have to stoop that low, you're trash and you lost.
Yeah, if you have to resort to attacking kids, trying to dox children, you are garbage, pure garbage, and I have no sympathy for you. So this is his daughter apparently is under attack, and not just his daughter, but apparently the children of a friend of his that they thought were his kids, but they actually weren't his kids. So these Twitter lunatics.
Yeah, I'm not saying who, because, we don't honestly know for sure who it is.
Well, they say.
I mean, what we do.
I'm reading the article.
We're reading the article.
So that umbrella guy decided to try his hand at creating a comic book with the help of his, with longtime artist. Let's see, the project is called The Case of the Littlest Umbrella, which features a character based on his daughter. It's a horror tale for readers of all ages. Specifically, it was made for that umbrella guy's daughter. The project is currently being crowdfunded through IndieGoGo. It managed to rack up $22,000 in just a few days. I think it's over 40 now, last time I checked.
Yeah, all this is doing is helping them get more money.
However, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. You can't do that. The project caught the eye and ire of other comic book professionals, especially since that umbrella guy's Lovecraftian tale managed to quickly surpass a Kickstarter project from longtime industry pros called Deadbeats.
But they're completely different audiences. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like apples and oranges.
Right. But the funny, well, it's not funny. I mean, none of this is funny. This is,
you mean like ironic or?
Yeah, the irony in all this is that particular project. We talk about the mainstream comic book blogosphere, right? And the friendly media, the
This article is from oneangrygamer.net. Go ahead.
Yeah. That Kickstarter was promoted on all the major comic book blogs, and I think it has like half as much as Umbrella Guy's.
But that's not his fault.
No, but it just shows though that I think the power and the reach that these people think they actually have, the influence they actually think they have, compared to what they actually do have. Just because you control the media, if nobody's really paying attention to those sites anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well, that's what I said. A lot of these sites, like, hardly anybody reads them anyway. So it's like, that's what they're feeling. So what do you think you're gaining from this?
Right.
But these are the people that were involved in they were trying to get their book done at the same time, which they're unrelated. It really is unrelated.
So it's unrelated. They're on different platforms. They're definitely for different audiences. But there were some fighting words, I guess. So both projects started around the same time, but as of the writing of the article, Deadbeats has only managed 14,000 of the.
Well, I'm sure it's probably more than that now.
And included people like Mags Visaggio, Renfamous, and they are outspoken.
Both people we've never had an issue with, and we don't go out looking for issues with.
No, I've never run across. Actually, I think Mags Visaggio retweeted me like once a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, like, we don't really, so we stay to ourselves. So
yeah, pretty much. We're in Clownfish Island here. It's more fun over here. The proverbial shots were fired at that umbrella guy, who then responded in kind, which proceeded to devolve the situation.
Is, guys. It is pretty much an online slap fight. No kids should not have brought into this.
I don't care how much you like. My worst enemy. Okay, if they have kids and the kids are completely innocent, right? I'm not going to target their kids. That's
it was an online slap fight. I mean, it is what it is. But
this eventually resulted in industry professionals like Mark Lombardi, who he's interesting too, and Renfamous getting into social media scuffle with that umbrella guy, including mocking him for being a father.
Apparently, you can be mocked for being a dad now. Okay, I guess that's a bad thing about people.
Wait, you can be mocked for being a
apparently.
Parent. What the hell?
Anyway, so there's a slap fight online, and then it went from there.
Yeah, so Yellow Flash mentioned in a tweet that he heard through the grapevine that some of the anti-Comicsgate people were attempting to take down.
Again, hearsay.
Yeah, it's hearsay, but they've tried this before.
I know they've tried it before. I'm just saying, for now, it's just hearsay.
Yeah, so.
But they have tried this before.
Some people began calling it a conspiracy theory, and that there were no organized attempts from comic book professionals to target.
Why would there be? That's what I don't understand.
What you have to gain.
They're two completely different things that have nothing to do with each other. So why try to take it down? There's no reason to. Just like there's no reason to try to take their thing down. There's absolutely no reason.
Just
let them be.
Right.
Money will speak. That's all. I mean.
Well, that's what the problem is. At the end of it,
that's what I'm saying. The money, people back what you want to back.
Money talks.
If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Money talks. Money talks loudly. This is why you're not hearing anything about like Ethan Van Sciver's, IndieGoGo's, because it kind of destroys, because he's supposed to be a pariah. He's supposed to be driven out of the comic book industry, right? Nobody's supposed to talk to Ethan, but he's out there making more money than most of these people.
Oh, sorry. Right? Clownfish Island is fun. It has brushable hair. That's right.
It does have brushable hair.
We have brushable hair. But I'm just saying, there's no reason for any of this to even have been an issue, because they're two completely different projects, unrelated. There was no reason at all for this to go here at all.
Yeah. So somebody said, hold on, large lad, where did you go? Large Lad said that Vic's suing Funimation has been confirmed. Yeah, I'm sure Vic is suing Funimation. I'm sure he'll be suing Rooster Teeth. Didn't Rooster Teeth's CEO or something, I think, step down?
Something like that just happened.
It's I think the poop's gonna hit the fan.
I don't understand. Like, if he's doing really well with his, okay, it's like, again, like that soap opera analogy that I use all the time. Like, this whole idea, like, I like on the soap opera, that if, there's this girl and she likes this guy and he's with another woman, well, if I kill the other woman, he's suddenly going to like me. That's not how it works. I mean, you can kill the other woman, doesn't mean he's going to like you. Doesn't mean he's going to like you at all. So, I mean, that's what this reminds me of. Just because you get rid of him as competition doesn't mean you're going to do better.
Well, that's
They're two different audiences. They're completely different audiences.
I think this isn't even so much, I mean, it is partially about politics, but and this goes back to the very first videos we did on this, where we talked about the comics clique. And I think because there are comics being created outside of the vetted, because even now
they don't have the control. It's a control issue.
Even webcomics, like if you're successful as a webcomic artist, you will be brought into the fold. Mm-hmm. You'll be brought into the clique.
But if you're not the right kind of person, you'll get thrown out.
If you're not the right kind of person, you'll be thrown out in your ear. But you will eventually probably, because they're hiring people from webcomics, from Tumblr, you'll be brought into the clique, and then you'll be sort of indoctrinated into the right and wrong way to behave in the comic book industry, the right and wrong way to do things.
Yeah, we don't listen
who
to
you can and can't
how
socialize with, what you can and can't say.
Doesn't work with us. That's why we're not there anymore.
Yeah, we exiled ourselves. We're like, this is bullshit. We're out of here. So Renfamous, we've never had any incidents with her. Actually, if it would ever come to it, I'd probably just mute her because I think she's annoying. But she put this tweet out: women are out here getting harassed to shit by alt-right. See, everybody's alt-right. Mm-hmm. Misogynists, even the women.
Wait, so they're alright misogynists because they liked his campaign? I don't understand.
Who IndieGoGo cheerfully provide a platform to.
So they're trying to get him deplatformed on IndieGoGo, okay?
Right, which I think it did work in one case because it was they made a connection between one of the comics projects and it being code for something that was like legitimately alt-right. I don't know exactly what happened, but they succeeded once. Now they're like, let's do it again. Let's do it with everybody. So Renfamous jumped into the thread to claim that there were no attempts to take down Tug's IndieGoGo.
Okay, well, maybe there weren't. I don't know, but
they talked about how this has happened before. And okay, so this person said, okay, this is Renfamous under another account, because Renfamous, I believe, had her other Twitter taken down or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? There aren't, because it never happened. It's a lie. Came up with the market the IGG campaign. It must make you feel good that no one among your friends or foes would put such ugly behavior past you. Talked about the tactics. So apparently, as I gathered,
I'm trying to follow it. It's all confusing.
She used to be a Republican shit stirrer.
I knew that. And now she's shit for the other side.
Right. So she's basically, as I understand it, just a professional shit stirrer. And she's just, whichever side will take her is the side she plays, I guess. But she talked about how, and I did read this, where she used certain tactics to elicit behavior out of people so she could. This
is why we keep saying, guys, like, don't engage, and that's what I mean.
Oh, here, right here.
You give people a platform by engaging, and just don't engage.
When I worked for, so you'd think she would be like thrown out on her keister from comics anyway. When I worked for the Republican Party, not just a Republican.
She's seen the light.
She's seen the light. My job was literally to bait people until they got angry enough to make a scene and draw attention to me and my message. That's exactly what she is doing.
That's what she always does. But I'll give her credit. At least she admits. Oh no, it was a pull it from before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's still out there. The methods they use are really easy to recognize once you know what to look for. Probably write it up this weekend. And these people, this is what they're doing on Twitter. I really think they try to get a rise out of people. They target people they think they can, get a rise out of, and then they're like, it's like poking the bear. You poke the bear with the stick. You get bit, and then you cry about the bear. And then the bear gets put down.
Just ignore it.
So Yeah, I mean, nobody knows if it's actually Rempmus or whatever, but there.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, there's no proof that it is. I mean, just like we say a lot of things, you have to have proof. There's no actual proof that they did it, unless there is. But as far as I know, there aren't any proofs. Yeah, so apparently, we're just got to go by. There's no proof of it. So,
but apparently, like from what I understand, again, we couldn't really follow it. We were out of town, but they were they were threatening to call CPS on
whoever these people were, unknown,
right, on his kid, and then they were saying that his friends' kids were his kids, and they were stalking them, and it's just fucking weird.
It's just nuts. But no matter what happened, at the heart of it, it was because two campaigns launched at the same time, and one did slightly better, even though they had two different audiences completely. Yeah. At the heart of it, that's what started this entire thing.
Never, ever,
this is the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
Never attack. What the heck? Never attack people's kids. I don't care. I don't care how much you hate the other person. Kids are always off limits.
Kids are off limits.
Always off limits. And Geeky, man, she's a mama bear. So, you know what happens between mama bear and her cubs. Okay, so there's more She-Ra.
Okay. So, they have an exclusive sneak peek for season 2, which actually comes out the same day as Endgame, I think.
That's not going to go well.
So I'm like, okay. And now, you're going to see the PR machine ramp up significantly because it's coming out. So we got this new look at season 2. My favorite part was the one part I gave you the quote from. And it was, I don't remember what it was. We can't probably play any of it. They have closed caption. Do you have the sound off?
I do. I think I do, yes.
So I can do it or no?
Are we allowed to, or is DreamWorks going to come a knocking?
But we're not doing anything. Okay, we'll skip ahead.
We didn't do anything before and they came a knocking.
Wait, is I have it turned on now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Is it working?
They're watching TV.
No.
They're talking about.
I'm only doing this so I can get the closed captions on. Okay, apparently I don't have closed captions on this. But at one point, it's so funny, and I might have to turn the sound on for it because throughout the whole thing, she keeps trying to fight. Her shield keeps transforming into stupid things. Oh, this is the part right here.
Wait. Yeah, because, of course, She-Ra's sword can transform.
Am I allowed to play a little clip of it or no?
I don't even have the audio on yet, I don't think. So
I don't have closed caption, but she said something like about, I don't remember.
We'll just make it up. It was
something about on the lines of about not doing what they want it to be. This is not being what I want it to be. And I was like, now you know what I feel like the whole way through the damn show. It's not what I want it to be. Because this is like so...
So instead of just like, yes, it turns into a robe.
It turns into a cup.
It turns into a cup?
It turns into a cup.
Oh, come on.
That was earlier.
Why is it?
So anyway, they have...
So
ET Online has an exclusive clip.
So not only does she trip and fall on her face, the trained soldier with the sword, but she can't control her...
She can't control it either, her shield or whatever. That's going to transform. She can't control it either.
Wow. Okay.
But it was one point. She's like, she's like, why won't this be what I want it to be? And I was like, that's right.
Why can't this show
be what most people want it to be?
Be what most people want it to be.
I'm like, I know how you feel. But it was funny because the article, this is funny. Season 1 of She-Ra and the Princesses of Power found showrunner Noelle Stevenson boldly paying homage to the original 80s cartoon. Boldly paying homage.
Boldly.
Where do we pay homage to this? Other than that one scene.
They mocked it.
Was on the flipping panel talking about how she never actually watched it. She didn't grow up watching it. She didn't watch it till she had to. But she's going to boldly paying homage. Where are they, other than the names, where is the homage? While changing up a few key pieces to bring it firmly into the modern day. So we made the characters, some characters LGBTQ, and then we made them less sexy, and that brings it into modern day. I mean, I'm just calling it like it is. Because at the nutshell, that's what they did.
2019 is less sexy than 1985.
Apparently.
It is. There's a lot less sexy.
Meanwhile, there's an article I put on Twitter about how they're talking about how athletic women are allowed, tell your daughters they're allowed to be athletes and pretty. And they're allowed to be princesses and athletes, and it's okay. And I agree. You can be both, even though they don't think you can be
unless you want to be a superhero, and then you have to be fat and dumpy and out of shape, because we don't want other people to feel bad.
Oh, right.
We don't... Man, you're like dying over here.
I am. Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry. I feel
here,
so
you
bad.
have to read it again.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm about to go out.
Geeky's dying on air, guys. That's not me.
You read it. I can't read.
What am I reading?
I don't know.
We got an amped up version of the Adora versus Catra rivalry, one with a richer backstory that prominently features their childhood being raised together in the Dark Force, the Dark Force,
and their
Fright Zone. Is that what they mean? Which only help build the tension. They don't even know what it's called. Help build the tension and stakes when Catra stays with the Horde, and there's only like 5 teenagers in the evil Horde total. No, please don't.
Kyle. I'm sorry, Kyle.
And Kyle. Kyle better be here. Oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm trying.
She's like choking. We're gonna have to.
So they're talking about the Princess Alliance, and now Frosta, it's like all about Glimmer and follows her around. Now, I will say that Frosta has at least a little bit of personality now, because before she was kind of just like a frigid little, child. Yeah,
this is important too. Yeah, get well, geeky. Serenity Joy, the new crew has enraged me over how they handled Larry DiTilio's passing.
Right, they didn't even bring it up.
They haven't acknowledged, to the best of my knowledge, he has been gone for over a month now, and they have not acknowledged him at all. How hard would it be for DreamWorks Shira's Twitter or Facebook account to put a little something up? How hard would it be for Noelle Stevenson, because we know she's on Twitter all day, to retweet an article about his passing and say thank you and condolences to his family? How hard would that be? Because she would not have her job if it wasn't for Larry DiTilio. I'm just saying, that's poor form. You okay?
Yeah, I might I'll have to go out for a minute. You keep going.
Okay, I think we're going to wrap it up, huh?
Just finish the article. I'll be right back.
Well, there's nothing to finish. All right. Oh, no. Geeky has left the building. Oh, no. Oh, Geeky's dying in the hallway. Oh, my God. She sounds horrible. Is she okay? I don't know if she's okay, guys. Are you okay?
Puke, so that's good.
You didn't puke. Okay, she's still here.
I kept peeing last night though.
I'm sorry. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this one up. There's really nothing to talk about here. Hack, cough, cough. Yeah, Geeky needs to rest. This is too much. This is why she hasn't been in the last couple of videos either.
I'm a professional. I'm trying to get it done.
Get it done.
I'm trying to get it done.
These poor people, their eardrums are probably getting
anyway, guys.
Blown out.
So now we got another season of this coming.
Stay juicy. That's our new catchphrase.
Stay juicy.
Stay juicy, my friends.
Right, stay juicy. Brushable hair.
Brushable hair. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up, right?
Oh wait, got something else.
Oh! Thank you, Keiko. We didn't have to do that. Geeky, drink onion milk. Boil an onion in a cup of milk. It works.
I have to look that one up. I don't know if I could drink onion milk. That sounds really weird. Anybody can tell me anything.
Can you milk an onion?
You boil it in milk. You saw what it said.
Now I'm just thinking Chop Master Onion from Power Rapper the Rapper.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking Power Rapper the Rapper, like, could you milk him? Is that where... No, wait.
No! What the flip's wrong with you?
That's something for Tumblr. That's for another...
Go ask Tumblr.
Ask Tumblr. Can you milk?
Yeah, I mean, it's so bad it makes you sick. Yeah, that's what it is. It's allergies made me sick.
Can you milk a cat?
You can milk anything with nipples.
Oh, my God. That's what... Onions with nipples. Could you imagine that?
I don't know. You were doing bear tits before, so...
Wow. Stay juicy. Milk the Rapper. Onion milk.
Anyway, we should be back on to schedule about doing videos and things again.
Crack into the bowl.
You were going to do some more gaming videos. We're going to do some more art videos.
Oh, we got, hopefully we'll play it tonight. Me and Squid King, EDF Iron Rain. We got Iron Rain.
We got to get Squid King on to play his new game.
We do.
The Florida Man game?
Oh my God, Florida Man. Yeah, true or false. Yeah,
we got a new game. Squid King's made up a new game that we can share. And we'll do a video on that. And we'll have to get back to, we want to start getting our shadow binders up on YouTube as well.
Wait. There's a Rule 34 of me. Or are we talking about Paul Rappa? I'm sure there's...
I'm talking about Paul Rappa.
Oh my God.
Paul Rappa the Fapper.
Oh my God. Keiko, thank you. Add honey to it.
Add honey.
It sounds like lyrics. Just put the onion right into the bowl.
Keep going.
And blah blah blah. Add honey to it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's put honey on it.
No, this would be me again.
I can't sing. Normally I can sing, guys. I actually can sing. I just can't sing today.
I freaking love Paul Rappa. I haven't played that game in years. We used to play that all the time.
Kick, punch, it's all in the mind.
Tits on a bear, boots of genocide. All the old games. We need to start our own game line.
There you go.
Boots and Genocide. That needs to be. That could be crowdfunded.
No, they'll get you'll get trouble.
Boots and Genocide could be crowdfunded. It would be crowdfunded very quickly, and then it would be pulled down.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure it would be. So anyway,
make a Power Apple live stream of Squeaking.
We have it somewhere.
I should. Dog's milk lasts longer than any kind of milk.
Oh God,
Charlie.
He's not the right type of dog for that. Anyway, go ahead.
Well,
there is milk, but it's not the right kind of. Anyway.
Bear gravy. Bear gravy.
Oh my. This went down quickly. I start coughing and it all goes to hell. So anyway. Oh, real quick. There is a new Godzilla poster out today too. Godzilla! Okay. Woo! Sorry, had to get that in there. Had to get my Godzilla promotion in there. I don't really... Endgame, okay, whatever. I'll go see it because I have to. Godzilla! Godzilla's coming! Go see Godzilla!
There's a rule 34
Even though we might be in California then though, so I still might not get to see it till later.
There's a very good chance that we will be at Galaxy's Edge on its opening on May 31st.
We'll see.
Which means we won't see Godzilla on its opening.
I know.
We'll be at
Decisions.
Galaxy's Edge.
I still think I want to see Godzilla more.
Yeah, you need to go.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you later.
Okay.
I'm gonna scream if Mothra shows up too. Woo!
Okay.
Yes.
We're leaving. We're going.
Yes.
We're going.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was having my Godzilla
moment. Go have your moment.
Yes. Okay. That's my moment.
Is your moment over?
That's my moment.
Okay, your moment is over. So we're going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. We're almost at 30,000. We're crawling to 30,000.
Tell your friends.
It's because we're not here half the time.
Tell your dog's friends.
We need to do like 9 videos a day.
No.
Like 19 videos a day.
I don't have time for that.
Everything. We'll complain about everything. And then we'll have
my
like
pop was flat. Why don't I make a video about that? Okay, we'll see you guys later.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.